bound and might take a moment to cradle your weary soul, so long tethered in shadow. Celebrate the union the divine has woven, where two threads once split now intertwine, no longer peering at flaws through separate lenses. No pair can pin a fault. In unison, each spies it differently, a fleeting mirage dancing elsewhere in space and time. Flaws feel personal, glimpsed in another, yet claimed as one's own, each seeming a unique tangle the other can unravel. Dear companion, it's the same knot, spun from the same source and unwound by the same grace. The purity of your bond washes over you both, dissolving the echoes of what you once saw and believed. As those echoes fade, so does the craving for flaws. Who hungers for imperfection? Only those standing solitary, seeing their kin as strangers apart from themselves. This imagined divide not real, yet felt birth the illusion that flaws have purpose. And if flaws were true, this divide would hold weight. A fractured bond thrives on gaps where each imagines the other holds what they lack. They draw near to fill themselves, siphoning from one another, lingering until the well runs dry, then drifting onward. Thus, they roam a landscape of unfamiliar faces unlike their own, sharing a hearth that warms neither side by side, yet oceans apart. Radiant bond begins elsewhere. Each has peered inward and found no void. Embracing their wholeness, they reach out to blend with another, equally complete. No rifts mar their view, for divides belong to the fleeting frame of flesh. They seek nothing to claim, honoring their truth by not denying it. They stand a breath from the eternal, near enough to never slip back to dust. This bond glows with the divine's own light. How far from its source can a union so akin to the heavens stray? Picture what a radiant bond reveals. Here, the myth of separation unravels. Faith in divides shifts to trust in unity. Insight now guides you and your companion to the natural harmony of your fusion. It flows outward as you float together, stretching beyond the shell of flesh to merge as one. That oneness you glimpse ripples forth, dissolving every hint of difference until the shared essence beneath shines clear. Here lies the radiant ring where you meet the guide anew, an endless dawn born in a sacred bond, the whisper of unity. Insight climb another rung. If you wound what the divine would mend, scorning one he cherishes, your will veers from his. Yet if you're his echo, you must suspect you're not your true self. You've bought this tale, nodding to its proof strewn signs you cling to. Where then springs this restless itch, this sense of being unmoored, this quiet dread that your core lacks meaning? It's as if you've drifted into a maze with no map, certain only of wandering off again. We've heard this echo before, not of you, but of something else you've mistaken for yourself. Insight would nudge you, a world seen through borrowed. Eyes can't speak to your soul. Who catches those skewed reflections? Not you, whose gaze stands free of fleeting lenses. If this isn't your sight, what can it show? Your mind can't decode what your spirit beholds. Flesh interprets for itself, a loop you grasp but can't pierce. You've tuned in, straining to catch its hum, yet its whispers stay foreign dot. You haven't clocked that what never reaches you can't be known. No clear signal breaks through, you've heard only static, for you've leaned on a voice that can't speak. Picture it, denying your essence, convince you're a stranger you crafted, the stranger becomes your lens. It peers out, not you, narrating a world it sees. Your true sight would skip the middleman, but with eyes shut, you've tapped the sky to steer you, trusting its tale of a realm you can't fathom. Insight would flag it as hollow, You don't grasp it because it's not yours. The divine hides nothing. He doesn't drag you through thorns to unveil some riddle at the end. What's veiled from the divine's will? Yet you harbor your own. Mysteries, some rival intent apart from his. Insight would call this no dark secret, just a slip. Don't let fear of flaws guard it from mending. Guilt's pull is only dread in disguise. This lone feeling you forged, whatever its mask, breeds secrecy, solitary musings, and flesh's reign. It's the pulse that chokes love, spotlighting divides and dimming unity. This is what blinds you, chaining you to a self you built to navigate. A world at shape.your sight came with all you need to know. No struggle mars its clarity, for all see what they believe they are. What your vision unveils, you'll grasp it's the real. Only your gaze delivers what you can witness, flowing straight to you, no translator needed. What begs decoding is foreign, never truly yours, never clear through a voice you can't trust. Of all the garbled signals you've caught and missed, this path alone sings in your tongue. You don't yet hear it fully, your voice still babbles like a child's. Its calls and echoes unsteady, shifting with the breeze. Neither what you hear nor see holds firm. Yet what eludes you now will become your fluent song, linking you to those near and they to you. The odd, flickering shapes around you will turn familiar, your anchors, your home, standing with you there dot in every radiant bond. The power to connect, not divide, is reborn, still tender from shedding its old husk. This bond, older than the illusion it replaced, is a fragile spark anew. Within it, your sight returns, speaking a language you'll catch. It doesn't feed on the stranger you once were, it blooms from you alone. No two confused save through the guide, whose vision binds them as one. Ponder your gift, dear companion. This spark will illuminate what you've missed, making it plain. Its words need no bridge to you. You taught it all it knows because you knew it first. It couldn't reach another, only you not some shadow self. Where the guide steps now. One stands alone, he finds no refuge in the split. Yet he must rise anew in his timeless haven, fresh yet ancient. A quiet arrival leaning on your bond's purity to thrive. Rest assured, the divine didn't entrust the guide to the unworthy. Only what aligns with him merits union, nothing outside. Kin join, connection blooms for those who merge beyond flesh's grasp. What binds them then? Insight answers, a gaze beyond the frame, a whisper flesh can't voice. No jarring sight or sound lured them softly together. Each saw in the other a safe harbor where their true self could awaken, calm and secure. Insight confirmed it. Faith sealed it as true. Here's your first clear glimpse, born of an awareness older than sight, yet sparked in a heartbeat. What's time to the timeless? That flash brought clarity. The stranger you took for yourself is a mirage. Truth rushed in, pointing where yourself resides. Denying illusions summons truth, casting them off proves fear toothless. Into this sacred space, love slips gratefully. One with you who joined to welcome it, the guide seeks what mirrors him alike. Not apart, what's as akin to him as a radiant bond? What pulls you close draws him near. Here, his warmth and gentle spirit find shield from harm. Here, he returns unafraid, for trust in each other is trust in him, your right to see one. Another as his chosen hearth here, you dwell with him and the divine. This is the divine's wish for you, yours with his, who's drawn to the guide is drawn to the divine, as both are pulled to every radiant bond. Their earthly haven turns celestial. The mirror of wholeness illusions don't fade to despair, but to truth. Only to the small self, blind to truth, do they seem like rival paths, distinct in kind. In essence, their one each heaps the same weight of woe, though each pretends to dodge the other's sting. Every illusion cloaks pain in its thick shroud, masking its emptiness. Beneath that shroud, seekers of illusions hide, veiled from truth's delight. Truth counters illusions with joy. What else could lift misery's veil? Swapping one sorrow for another isn't freedom. It's a shuffle of shadows. Chasing joy in gloom is futile. Where's the spark in ash? In misery's dim realm, you might pluck out pieces, call them distinct, and label the gap as joy. But spotting difference where none lives won't shift a thing. Illusions ferry only blame and ache. Frailty and fade to their believer's form doesn't matter. Insight sees no misery dressed as joy. Joy endures. Any fleeting thrill that withers as fear and bloom joy doesn't curdle to grief, for the eternal holds steady. Grief, though, can flip to joy time yields to the timeless. Only the ageless stays fixed, all else bends with the clock. When change is real, not dreamt, illusions bow to truth, not to fresh mirages, just as faults. That's no shift. Insight bids you see. Escape misery by naming it and turning away. Truth and woe stand apart always, everywhere, no exceptions. Believing in one outlier muddles the alike with the unalike. Cherish one illusion over truth, and all truth dims, all illusions solidify. Belief thens that far no halfway mark exists. Faith in purity is faith in flaws if it skips one soul. Holding it beyond grace. Insight and the small self both note this, but their takes diverge. The small self swears you can't see anyone flawless. Escape from blame hinges on this, so flaws must linger forever. Insight flips it, an idea's root decides its truth. If freedom from blame is the divine's aim, backed by one whose will knows no bounds, the path is more than possible, it's yours already. This stretch marks a pivot here. You and the small self part ways. If you hold the key to the divine's intent, you can wield it. Using it builds trust in it. To the small self, this can't compute. No one chases the hopeless. You know, the divine's will bends to possibility. What you built bets against it. Choose now, your true self or its shadow, not both. Dodging this call is pointless. It demands an answer. Faith can tip either way. That insight flags misery on one side, joy on the other. Don't abandon your companion now. You, being alike, won't choose alone or astray. You either gift each other life or lost savior or shadow, offering refuge or rebuke. This path is all or nothing, wholly true or wholly false, no half measures. You'll either shed misery, clean or not at all. Insight denies a middle perch where you dangle, torn between celestial joy and earthly grind. Until you pick the sky, you're mired below. No shred of the heavens can be stitched into illusions, nor can one illusion tag along to paradise. A savior can't judge, nor mercy curse. Sight can't doom, it only lifts. What's meant to save will save how escapes you, but when is yours to say. You shape time, you steer it. You're no more its captive than the worlds you spun. Peek closer at this lie. What you made can leash its maker. This sparked the rift, the wild notion that thoughts can split from their source, turn rogue, and defy it. If true, thoughts wouldn't extend the mind, but fight at another echo of that old delusion. Only if the guide could stray from the divine's mind, twist himself apart, and counter his will, could your crafted self and its world reign over you. See this grand illusion, but choose to mend it. not flinch. Nothing you shaped holds sway unless you crave distance from the divine, pitting your will against his. Only then does it seem your creation owns you. You trade his joy for gloom, making him other, and all that gloom lands on you. Art. You relieved it's a lie. Isn't it a gift to hear no illusion swapped out truth? Only your thoughts have defied possibility, salvation hasn't. You can't see your Savior as foe and know him, yet you can. If the divine wills it, what he gave your bond is there. Will you not greet the Savior offered you? Won't you swap? The hangman's role you pinned on him for his true one, thanking him for what the divine gave through him, not what you tried to claim. Beyond the walls of flesh you raised, a glow in the boundless amber that stretches forever, your radiant bond rests cherished by the divine. Still it lies in time yet beyond, deathless yet here, vast is its strength. Time bends to its wish, and earth shifts as it dreams. No stray will lives here, nor a yen for anything apart. Its desire knows no exceptions, what it seeks is real. Every illusion it forgives fades softly away. At its heart, the guide is reborn, lighting this home with a gaze that outshines the world. Don't you want this haven too? No sorrow lingers, only joy. To rest here quietly with the guide. Just share his sight. Swiftly, gladly, it's yours if you'll see your companion flawless. No one lingers past this wish if you'd shed all flaw stains. Can you forgive halfway? Can you climb to the heavens while one flaw tempts you to wallow? The heavens cradle. Perfect clarity, the divine shaped them for you. Gaze on your radiant kin, pure as you, and let him guide you there.